Hi, this is Abe. I'm a professional marriage and family therapist. Most divorces don't start with lawyers, they start with pain. On a side note, you may be wondering why I've surrounded myself with sailboats. Keep watching. At the end, I will tell you the reason. People will say they divorce because of money problems, disagreements, children, interference from extended family. They'll talk about control, abuse, physical aggression, and infidelity. Yes, these are all real and serious issues. Any one of them can damage or destabilize a relationship. However, there are always two parts of what's happening in a marriage. The first part is the situation itself. The second part is how you choose to respond to that situation. And it's the second part, how you choose your reaction, where you often have the greatest opportunity to change the trajectory of your relationship from one heading towards separation and divorce to one that eventually arrives at a place of love, respect, and cooperation. All couples want a healthy, happy relationship, but often they feel stuck. They have problems. They don't know what to do. They throw up their hands and they say, there's nothing left, bad chemistry. Maybe we should part ways. Even when they go to therapists, these primary issues remain unresolved. The core problem in most cases is not just the circumstances, it's the dysfunctional, deregulated behavior on the part of both the husband and the wife. It's their reaction to the event itself that can be the most damaging and harmful to the marriage itself. When a man reacts with anger, withdrawal, or attempts to control, he damages the connection between him and his wife. When a woman reacts with criticism, escalation, or emotional turmoil, she damages the connection. Different behaviors, but the same results. The relationship breaks down. Over time, I have identified 20 skill sets that I refer to as love connections. These are the essential components of a healthy, happy relationship that can be learned and applied in day-to-day life with your partner. They are practical, concrete ways of showing up differently in your marriage, different in the sense that the way you've been showing up has been causing problems in the relationship, stress, arguments, hopelessness. But when you follow the 20 love connections and you master them, even relationships that in the past have been in turmoil will eventually turn around. When you follow the love connections, you will find that the fix is relatively simple. Unlike out of control medical conditions or financial disasters that are extremely difficult to turn around, bad relationships in comparison are relatively easy to change. However, to implement this change, it requires two essential components. First, you have to know what to do. And second, you have to be motivated to be able to carry out the changes that you know are necessary. You can learn more about the 20 love connections by clicking the link below. In most cases, divorce is not necessary. What is missing is not the possibility of repair, but the guidance and the motivation to carry it out. Too often, even when people find out the mistakes that they're making within their relationship, they're not sufficiently motivated to change. Rather, they prefer to blame their partner for all the problems. If only he would, if only she would. And the marriage continues to suffer and trot along a painful path. A good relationship is not mystical. It is scientifically based. There are patterns and principles that work. If you know how and are willing to take a responsibility and apply that knowledge, you can develop a wonderful relationship, imbuing it with peace and harmony to the fullest extent. So if you're watching this and your marriage feels strained, don't rush to the conclusion that divorce is the only answer. Study the love connections, learn the skills, then ask yourself one simple question. Am I willing to change how I show up in this relationship? Because if you change that, you don't just change yourself, you change your marriage. As mentioned above, I have surrounded myself with sailboats to drive home a very simple point. Just as a person could take the time and effort to learn how to sail, to master the boat, to understand the wind, the rudder, the sails, and all the details needed to move successfully and safely forward. You can do the same in your marriage. With the right knowledge and skills, you can navigate around storms instead of capsizing within them. You can correct your course instead of drifting apart. These are scientific principles because the patterns are repeatable and the outcome is predictable. You can create for yourself a healthy, successful marriage within a few months. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.